The Suffeet turns to the woman and says, "Will that be enough?"
God, I was about to say that.
And the woman nods. Hano turns to the other Suffeets, and they both give each other a nod of, "This will do." Like, these are the people we need. And turns to the rest of the party inside the arena, says, "We will now allow you exit."
Finally.
Isandros will guide you the rest of the way.
Okay.
Isandros says, "Yes, Suffe," and then turns to the rest of you, looking at each of you with a warm smile, and says, "I will lead the way. Follow me, please." And leads you to another set of stairs that lead back up at an angle, not too steep. And you see light. And outside the door that you reach, you see a large coastline. You guys see outside of the arena for the first time. Outside of the arena is a massive cityscape with a almost endless sea in the distance. And you see lots of ships. Lots and lots of ships. Sails, vibrant colors, a lot of purples. Isandros turns to you as you get in this view of the city and the coastline and the fleets that are strewn about the waters, and he says, "There's a lot to do. We better get started." So, a couple things to go over. I made a little list here for myself.
Oh yeah. Well.
I made a list here for myself to go over. Last session, I had some mistakes with the combat, and there was a lot of balance issues and stuff like that. Mainly the initiative tracking. If you guys have a turn in combat or an action or anything out of combat that I did not get to you, like you were trying to get my attention, speak up, because it's hard for me to, when I'm trying to manage both you guys and NPCs and monsters and stuff like that, it's hard. And again, that was my first major combat, so I'll try to do better by you guys, because I skipped my brother when he was playing, unfortunately, for the first turn. And I still feel really bad for it. So just speak up if I skip you guys in combat, or if you guys are trying to do something out of combat, let me know. Just let me know at any time. 2, I mentioned balancing. Specifically for Kildry, he was using an ability that I homebrewed for him, and I did not have a full grasp of it at the time of our play last session. So me and him have worked it out and made it more balanced for the combat and out of combat abilities. So his keen eye, just to confirm for our listeners in the future, his keen eye ability he was throwing around last session is now limited to an action, and it's a charge system similar to how spells or psionic abilities work. He has limited uses of it. So it's going to be more balanced, and it's not going to be as interruptive. And that was a very important thing to go over with him. So he is now limited in his use for that, and it doesn't work the way it was before. It's essentially he rolls 2d6, and as a racial ability that I've given him, he can choose to spend a charge and view an enemy and pretty much like eye them up and see weaknesses and stuff like that, depending on how good his roll is and whatnot. But we'll get more into that when he uses it, and it also has some more utility. But that's just something I want to go over, because that kind of was interruptive, and it needed to be balanced. The next bit was again with Kildry. He wanted to dual wield and I wasn't fully aware of how the rulings went, and we looked it up. And again, this is mainly for me trying to fix my mistakes. You guys can dual wield. You don't need to be proficient. You can do it at any time. It's just you have to use certain score for. You have to use your score for your first attack, and you don't get a bonus to it unless you like spec into it. I believe from what we talked about before.
Mm-hmm.
So you guys can do that at any time. So just giving you guys that option. The next bit is, well, he's not here today, unfortunately. So we're not going to worry about that. That was a thing for Shamash. The next bit, which did cause some issues just for play, was Glenn's ability of his chameleon blending. We joked about it being invisibility or going predator, but it is an actual chameleon, like he has to be stationary kind of a deal, unfortunately. So that is something we'll fix here whenever he chooses to use stealth. It just gives you a better advantage because you're bred for it. You're bred for it. So there's that. Next is I wanted you guys to be able to have picked alignments starting out, but we kind of didn't get into that. You guys don't have to say what your alignments are, but I need to know at some point. If you guys can look that over when you can.
Alright, I already told you mine.
Yeah, so because gods, NPCs, and spells all use alignment sometimes. At least spells, I should say, sometimes. Everything else has to be in alignment because they affect the world. So at any time, if you guys want to pass me a note or text me or something, let me know what alignment you pick. Because it's not what you currently are, it's what you were before you started the campaign. I'll say that. Any major actions that are evil or good can change your alignment towards that. And I just want to let you guys know about that. Next, just kind of a rough, working with your stories and backgrounds. I take a lot of liberties with the information you give me. So if you want anything specific to happen with your backstories or information like proper names and or like locations or ties to your backgrounds and stuff like that, let me know so I can make the plans for it. I don't want to like override your guys' creative setup with your characters. I don't want to force you to play characters that I think is how it went, you know. For the viewers, I instituted an auction house style card system with holding up for you guys to talk in character. The players hold up their characters' pictures to show when they're speaking in character amongst themselves, and it helps them be more deliberate with what they're saying. So it helps us at the table. Unfortunately, you guys that are listening to this podcast or video don't really get to see that, but just know that it's helping us overall go a lot smoother when we're playing. So just hopefully it will help improve the quality of the sessions for you guys listening. Finally, again, I want to reiterate, this is a campaign where you guys can do whatever you want to do. I just react and I tell the story based on what you guys do. Any choices you make, I just give you the rule sets and then I fill in the rest with drama. And I'm not your enemy. I'm another player, so I'll try to do what I can with it. If you have any problems with the situation or outcome or decisions you make with your character or playstyle, you can talk amongst the group about it, or you can come to me directly about it. And then the very, very, very last thing for this monologue is just we're in our 4th session, and I just want to say thanks for sticking around so far. So thanks for playing. Okay. Now that that's over, we are short 3 people tonight.
We don't even know his character's name.
Yep. we're short 3 people for this session. So we'll get into that once we start. But next, experience game. We started out.
All of us here, except Glenn, had the same.
Yeah, what is it at? 985 for Glenn, and 970.
No, he had a little bit more. It was
10,055.
I don't have it down. It didn't update.
He has one. We have 1,045. He has 1,055.
I have 975.
Yes.
Or I was not there for your character was.
He was not there.
We'll get into that here in a second. But what's the numbers for everyone else other than Glenn?
1,055.
1,055 for you.
1,045 for me. 1,045 for Shamash. 1,045 for Jester.
Okay, everyone else is
Okay, so he hasn't.
1,045, right?
1,045 for anybody who did not kill somebody for scurvy.
I am currently at 0 XP. Last turn.
You should be
More than that.
Wait a second.
You should be at. Was it? Hold on, I had it open.
Here, let me just take a tally real quick.
Which is character.
Tally ho.
Yeah, take a tally.
Okay. Glenn had 1,055, and then it's
975.
Bam was 975. Babel, how much you
I
have?
assume he's
9.
975.
Babel's gonna be at 950.
950.
Okay.
Starting out.
950. B-A, how you spell
BABEL.
B-E-L, okay, then. And then,
Aros had experience too, and I don't have that down.
Kildry, Smash.
Yeah, there's a whole pack right there.
And
All you
Janster
need is Thank you. Good.
had 1,045. Okay. Alright, so start.
Okay.
Just see a corner there and a corner over there.
Experience game. Okay, starting out, we had an encounter with Bam. So he has a couple things.
Okay.
Let's list off what he did. He gave Mr. B a pool.
Nailed it.
So he gets 10 from that. He informed the man at the house of the weed overgrowth and the very bad thing in it, so he gets another 10 for that. And finally, he visited and spoke with his lord, truthfully informing him of his current situation. So he gets another 10 from that.
So 30 plus for that episode.
Yep. So that was 30 added from your encounter, and then combat. You guys all. Let's see. Let me see here.
Oh yeah, and then your brother, he also
Okay.
he also should be on here, right?
Let me do this.
Yeah.
That's what you guys get from the combat on the bottom of that.
All right. Smash is 60.
Wait, he should have gotten most. He did the most one.
He
I
got
60.
He got.
Right?
He's counted for
50.
ending one enemy.
Babel is 60.
So just to say this for the viewers, they had a non-lethal victory against veteran guards and of the noble lady and Isandros, the wizard.
And
Shamash got 60 for taking down his opponent in a duel,
50.
or pretty much a one-on-one in that fight. Bam got 50. Glenn got 50.
Cool. Right.
Kildry got 60. He took down the ranged opponent.
You're at 1,035, right?
One.
Babel got 60 for taking down the shield veteran.
So
I messed it up. That's like-
That was a team effort. They should have got more experience from that.
And it's still your spell ended him.
I know.
Janster got 50. Aros got another 50. So
Aros?
he's almost leveled up.
yeah,
Um,
Janster.
Aros,
Party leader.
What level is he
Aros.
currently?
1.
Oh,
Yeah, like he got a chunk from that.
So 30. That's
he's already got
80.
his.
Oh, Bam.
Yeah.
Okay. Babel. You got yours right.
Yeah, 1010.
So
Okay, you want
so
Alright.
Okay.
That's what I was
so
saying.
Bam should have gotten 70 in all today.
Right, I'm at 1055.
All right. So
God, but it's all a shame of the XP, man. Good lord.
I'm at the lowest on there.
You guys can earn.
plus 60.
Just to reiterate, you guys can earn
Oh, that's
experience
it.
from social encounters.
We're at the same thing that you are now.
Is there any
Okay, so that'll be 1105. 1105.
I didn't note. Let me know when you're done with your numbers.
wait. So I
Zero,
only have 10
nine.
more. Well, the same amount of
I'm
XP
sorry,
when I got a kill
but-
than they did.
My old
Who got a kill?
I see you.
Me.
I'd be like,
You got extra experience for it, yeah.
Yeah, but now we're
hey,
equal.
there's no woman?
Yeah.
That's the way it goes. It's being kind of like a competitive thing almost. Almost. I mean,
They're like, oh, nice.
Yeah.
you guys. It's not just. It's not just combat you get experience from. I've said this before. You can get it from social encounters. You can get it from puzzles. You can get it for unlocking locks, dispelling magics, doing something that's really important. Going on in specifics.
Do we get epic points as well?
Epic points? What do you mean epic points?
You pull off something utterly ridiculous and has high chances of not working, but it comes off in the most epic of ways. Like, for example, let's say
You were going to be the same.
a group of enemy troops are making it through a doorway
And Bam
you
does
collapse
get-
a wall on them.
Bam does get 1 inspiration for his role playing for his background.
Okay.
So it's 1 inspiration point. You guys did do a non-lethal, so you didn't get all the experience you could have. But again, it was kind of implied that you shouldn't kill each other.
So it would have been double.
Yeah, it would have been double.
Okay, that's cool. All right. So I think that smash will be 1105.
Or up on the counter, whichever's better.
All right. I'm gonna text the people that are not here their EXP so they know going into next session.
Go ahead and list them off for me.
All right. So Glenn is 1105.
1105.
Bam, what's yours?
1055.
1055.
Dang. All right. Babel, what's yours?
Should be 1010.
All right. I have Kildry has 1105.
1105.
Smash has 1105. Janster has 1095.
1095.
All right, I'm gonna text.
Go ahead, all of you guys. Go ahead and add an extra 100 because you guys got out of the arena encounter.
That took us 3 sessions.
Yeah,
God.
that's a major. It's a major improvement.
Oh well, so I need to add 100.
100 extra.
How much
All
do
right,
we
so
level up next?
It's like 20.
You guys, yeah, it's 2,700
We're
to level up.
we're above half. We're above half.
4 sessions.
Hey, we're above half. So
So
you
one.
need to,
So it should be Bam is 1155.
Yeah.
Glenn is 1255.
1205.
1205. 1205.
05.
05.
Yeah.
Okay, Glenn's 1205. Bam is 1155, right?
Yeah, 1155.
Babel is 1110. Kildry is 1205.
So is Shamash.
Is there anything I can
Smash is
get that's
1205.
worth 1 experience, please? Just so I can tongue tie everyone.
You want to go deck a commoner?
Yes. What is it?
filthy
Swallow the
commoner
commoner.
free?
Go to the back alley.
I'll have your head for that.
Worth it. Worth it in the end.
Oh, we gotta.
Why'd you do it?
I'll worry about that later.
Experience.
Yeah, we're over halfway there.
I needed it.
I don't know.
It's important to me.
2,700. We're like 1,200.
You're close. You're close.
No, it's 2,000.
2,700. 2,700 is 4.
2,700. Yeah. Where?
The thing between 3 and 4 seems big.
And
Your XP go to 0. Each time you level
I have
up.
to go knock out 2 people. Just to keep it low.
Okay. Let me know when you're
That's
done with
it.
that.
I'm done with. Wait, there's one more person. Oh, it was the a guy in the next room. Okay.
Yeah. We'll worry about him
Yeah,
later.
he's.
I got a question. How does XP work between level to level? Does it reset at the end?
No, it gets to a certain number and you still have that number.
Oh,
so,
okay.
for example, if you go to level 8, you'll have 34,000 experience.
I thought it just like you get a certain amount to level up and then it subtracts it from your.
No, it pulls up, but you can also lose experience.
It just like keeps going.
Oh, yeah. Oh, okay.
I'm
See,
thinking
here's
about.
the big thing that I did with the arrows.
Oh, that's cool if you like.
I'm thinking
role-playing.
I'm thinking about implementing the death system where you lose experience when you're revived.
Oh, cool tibia.
Yeah, kill off an entire level or something.
I don't
or
know.
a half
It-
level. Something that would.
I'm thinking
so
about it
bad.
because it hasn't happened yet.
Because
So
think of it, you would be
Came close.
utterly fucked up from death.
Now.
Meow.
Like, do
Well,
I
you
give
make
up
your
on
death
this character
saves.
I've been playing for years?
No, when you actually die.
or
Like and be brought back.
KIA.
It'll probably cost you something.
Oh, like actual.
I'm thinking about that. Yeah, like
Yeah,
you
not
were
unconscious.
res kind of a
Okay.
deal. I'm
But-
thinking about implementing that because that is an optional rule.
1 gold piece.
I prefer brutal and forgiving things.
Alrighty.
So, you guys find yourselves staring out at this vast, like surrounding ocean. You turn to your right, and you see ocean surrounding a city. You turn to your left, you see ocean surrounding the coastline, which goes off quite a bit, but you still see the sea around you. And you see ships, various color of sails, very lush white, violets, indigos, deep purples, and stuff like that. Raising your hand.
I'm waiting for you to finish. Go ahead.
Okay. The air is salty because you're at kind of an incline where the arena where I should say the exit where you were. You're kind of on a hill and you're able to see out over, and you see off to your right where you're standing a very, very large circular port where it looks like there's large galley ships are traveling back and forth between. And to the right of that is a humongous, like, open, rectangular dockyard with very different types of ships parked along. To the left of that, going back to look at the rest of the city, you see a large palatial-looking mount off to the left side of the shipyard. Looks like that's where the big wigs are going to be. Beyond that, you see at the edge of the coastline a large, almost mountainous hilltop that has a single structure on the top that goes in steps to the top, and there's a large burning fire at the top of it.
Okay.
Um,
That's a lighthouse, is it not?
it could be.
Okay.
It could be.
All right.
To the left of that, you see the rest of the expanse of the city, and it looks like to be mostly residential. You see a few things sticking out here and there, like opened expanses. For example, one looks like it's a parade ground in one of the areas for possibly military. Off to the left of that, you see smoke, black billowing smoke, and other streams of steam and stuff like that coming from the far end of the city, which could be an industrial area. And to the left of that, you see huge swaths of farmlands off the far end of the city.
It's supposed to be the heart of the city that we're coming out of. The arena is like at the heart, huh?
But we went
We went down and
yeah.
You guys came up from you went down back into the underworks of the arena, and then you went through an underground room and went up the stairs out to an exit way of the arena. So you could be at level with the base arena sitting on the ground outside.
Yeah.
But you're on a hilltop right now in the city.
Okay.
So this city is very large. It's very, very large. But with the peak that you're at right now, again, you're able to see a lot of various different landmarks. Again, most of it's residential. You follow the wall from the farm that you had the farmlands you had just seen, and it brings you to look behind you to the left, and well, you've got the arena in the way, but you assume that that's the main wall line for the city that's just behind the arena, not too far away. So Isandros had led you here. Did you want to say anything now,
Well,
Kildry?
yeah. When we last left, my bird plucked me in the head
Yeah.
and caused 2 damage.
Yep.
And I would like to look at him in bird language and say, "What the hell, man? That hurt." I can say it normally because it's bird language.
He's still. Did you get him off your head, or is he still up there?
And like,
Well, I guess he'd be on
around.
your hood. I believe.
He's like flapping around.
He's like,
and I just like, "What the hell, man? That hurt."
He's like, oh, and then he
If I was-
does a little hop and he goes off onto your shoulder instead, and then
And he's laughing. It's like, "You're a dick." All right, that's pretty much all I wanted to say. And to my bird, do you have anything else to add, DM?
Just to continue, Isandros had led you up here, and he said we have a lot to do beforehand. Just paraphrasing, he was gonna start guiding you per the Suffate's rules, the rulings. He was going to start guiding you to possibly working with the mercenaries. So he goes to say, I know you're confused. You may not know where you are right now, but you are among friends in this city. As long as you don't outwardly go against them, that you will get help here, should you wish it. As the Suffate said before, the mercenaries are probably your best bet in terms of logistics in this mission that they want you to follow up on. Should you not wish to take part in this at all, you don't have to. You're free men. You were going to say?
House leader. I'm referring to the first guy we
Only with
Hogtie.
the mercenaries.
You owe me rope, by the way.
Fuck your rope.
You said you'd take the bill for it later.
I told you Ronnie bill is sell. So
Yeah.
bill me for it.
Yeah.
I'll stab you for it.
Isandros nods his head and says, he should be able to make a recovery, but there's no telling at the moment. He was taken to go see the healers in the city, possibly one of the temples.
How long?
How long before he's fine?
Uh-huh.
Again, there's no telling. This is not a power we see used too often in our city. And as he says that, Shamash pretty much collapses right there because Shamash, the Dragonborn that cast this psionic ability, was not ultimately used to using that. It's probably the first time he had used it.
I'm trying. Let's see. So he collapsed.
He collapses beside you guys, and Sandro says, "That's probably my point entirely right there."
All right. At this point, I'm gonna turn towards him and go. All right. I said we'd go ahead and take him down the medical ward real quick. Have him taken care of.
I was need rest.
Yes, I believe you all do. You've been through a lot, and it's only been. He looks up, and it's probably late afternoon right now. But you guys are probably worn out. I imagine you spellcasters need to deal with your daily rests of regain your spell casting ability. So,
yeah. Okay, so guys,
speak leaders after.
You wish to speak to the Sulfates?
Speak to lead. I was kind of need to talk to the military leader, but he's still.
Oh, the mercenary.
But just speak to leaders in general.
well, on the matters of rest, before we continue this conversation, sorry guys, y'all can either stay at my place, figure out what to do while you're there.
We don't even know you.
And build little wagons.
Oh, haha. Either you can do that, or I can take y'all to an inn.
He knows his way around the city. That's for sure, as Sandro says.
I'm from here, so.
Can I do an inside check on him?
Yeah.
Inside check.
So where are we exactly?
You
19.
I'll get to that in a second.
10 plus your plus.
Yeah, don't worry about it. You
Let's
already got
see.
that.
What'd you get?
10.
I got 19, and let's see, my insight is 2, so 2021. So like this.
I'm not even
Okay.
gonna resist it.
I'll get to that in a second. Bam asks, "Where are we exactly?" to Asandros, and Asandros turns to the mouse fog and says, "There's not too many places in this world that has such a hold on the trade in the seaways. You are in probably the most profitable port city of humanity at the moment. This is Kartadash, the hub of the seaways at the moment. Unfortunately, as you all have heard, there are raiders to deal with, and it is strangling the business and the livelihood of these people. I am not
involved.
I am not entirely sure how you came about being on one of their ships, but you all seem like a straightforward, honest sort. So I'm not gonna question too much about it. There have been too many losses at this point to dig too deep. Your insights, you believe that he's telling the truth and being very trying to help you on your way.
Okay.
Glenn more or less doesn't know too much about him, given his first interactions with him, but you feel like you might need to rest at some point soon yourself, anyway.
Can I see see maps?
See maps?
Wait, C maps or C maps?
CSE maps.
I see a map. Okay, I got a
of
couple.
what? Land or sea?
Babel might have one for you. he has a store of exploratory nature.
Okay, so
He might have one available for you. I don't have one at the moment.
Can Babel say something like, "I have maps in my place"?
That's what I said.
If Sandros is saying that, it's like, you know.
I would say to Babel, come with you.
Yeah, come along. I don't mind.
Smash skin.
Should you wish it, once you all have taken a rest, I recommend the night. I recommend at least a day's rest after today's events.
Long rest, yeah. Till the morning.
Should you wish, you may find me usually at the Queen's Palace. I will be there with the rest of the noble entourage of the noble lady.
Patrons.
And all you need to do is ask for me. I am Misandros, if you haven't heard it before. And I am at your service should you wish to learn more about the city or continue on your aforementioned quest towards joining the mercenaries. I can help you speed along the process. Right. Because there's money in it, for sure. And I'm sure he grins. I'm sure money is always a guiding factor. So I will leave you to it. I know
plenty about that.
I will leave you to it, and I think I will help deal with your companion here. I'll take him to the Temple District, and we'll see if we can get this sorted out with him as well. As he says that, another second passes, and the body rises, similar to how the arena bodies were lifted, and he walks off, and Shamash is being carried behind him by an invisible being.
Oh, where's this guy?
Yeah, he's actually a pretty swell person. I haven't met him that much.
Oh.
So what do you want to do?
Wait a second, I'm trying to find something. So we all going to go take a rest?
Should you wish to. He is Babel has offered. Yep.
My character asked, "Where's the market?"
Who are you asking?
Now?
Yeah, I'm just gonna ask where it is.
Are you asking him while he's walking away, or are you asking Babel, or what are you doing?
Babel.
Babel?
No, he lives here.
Okay.
Let's see that map real quick.
For the sake of his reference, is that
You just act like.
So I sat down on Janster's head. I bet this market is huge.
yeah.
Let's see. What the hell is it?
Merchant Port, no, sorry.
He starts to not feel good himself. And as you go to sit down, he flickers out. And you fall to the ground.
Does he take damage for falling to the ground?
Roll me a dexterity save.
This is actually the first save that we rolled, huh?
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, no, you guys have rolled saves before. I think. Well, you've rolled checks.
15.
15. Yeah, you make it. You don't.
Nailed it.
You don't take any damage. You're able to, like, with your nimbleness, recover yourself as you hit the ground quite immediately, and Janster's gone. There's no trace of him.
Where'd he go?
Ready to go.
I'm pretty sure he'll be fine.
I'm trying to like wave down to Sandros.
Sandros is a little too far gone to. You just see Shamash going down there.
But wait, who just vanishes?
Well, ma'am. At this point as well, you notice that the rest of the, just to complete things here, the rest of the guards that you guys fought and went into the underbelly of the arena with, they didn't come out with you. So the swordsmen, the shieldmen, and the bowmen were not with you guys.
They're dead.
Oh, he did.
Oh, he did.
Oh, no.
All right. So, are we going to the house and resting that?
It's up to you. Like Babel offered, you guys have not moved yet.
I was gonna go with them.
You asked Babel where the market was last.
I'm getting maps.
I believe it's to the south of us.
Character
Correct.
looks to the sky, figure out where south is based on what
Yes.
time he thinks it is.
You guys will have to, from his information he relays to you, you guys will have to exit the main part of the city and go into the outer wall section, pass through the green district to get to the marketplace. Yep.
I tell Aros that it's time to give back my sword. Now that the fighting's done, we'll get you a proper one after rest.
Fine. Is it fine if I stick around with you guys? Because I don't know this city yet myself.
I'm fine with it.
You're like the team leader.
No. Just joking.
You must, as my character says.
But
He hands you the sword with the handle sticking out because you didn't have a sheath for it, and says thank you for the sword. I really appreciate being able to fight for my life. You know, I'll have to get me some kittage of my own.
Oh, do you need money?
That'd be 10
no.
Perhaps. I don't exactly have what I started with.
I was gonna buy one.
Can
Money's like
that
Well, we saw him on
didn't he?
one
Didn't
Did you say
isn't
the
all
front
his
was nothing but the sea?
Can his possessions be with the stuff that they brought up?
Does he have any?
He doesn't have anything but the belt and the pouch.
Mm.
He didn't have any money
Two
either.
pouches.
Well, he didn't have a pouch to begin with. He
He
had
went off.
He's got pockets.
It's just
he just had really a tunic. To be honest, he had like a tunic. And what were you saying this was?
You said we saw nothing but the sea.
The sea, like you're overlooking the city, and the sea was surrounding the city. And I was explaining like each of the major landmarks that you saw with your vision range.
Yeah, I
you
wanted to
said
kick him.
dead ahead goes nothing but sea.
No. It's you had the city. I'm sorry. You had the city. You're on a hilltop with the arena, and you had more of a vantage point over the city, and you saw the sea surrounding the landmass that the city's on. But
Yeah, we're not
coastal
close.
city, and then we go out there and there's the sea.
We're not close to the sea because
Farms over this way.
I actually wanted to like kick Aros into the sea, but we're not close to it.
I mean, you guys smell the seas nearby. Like you for sure feel the
And
wind.
then you hear
You feel the wind. You smell the sea. You hear gulls. That's probably where your bird was fighting off the gulls, pestering them. So you guys hear from Babel that you have to go into the green district, which is in the outer wall section, and then traverse through the green district, and you'll hit the market. The market is along the merchant dockyards, which is what you saw farthest to your right.
I say I'm ready to go.
Back and rest.
Yeah.
Oh, you wanted to go to the market, right?
No, I inquired about the market. I did not say.
Okay.
Alright, we can head back to my place, and when we all get rested up, we'll figure out where we're gonna stow you idiots. I mean,
The base.
Whoa.
now,
Well,
now talking properly.
the man just needs a matchbox to sleep in.
Hey, he's the easiest one. Also, it doesn't cost anything to feed him.
That does. He's
So,
very special.
Aros
about
is coming
food.
with us, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, he asked
Here's a piece of
if you
cheese.
could. You asked him if he needed money.
Pokemon healing stone.
Just to reconfirm, Aros does not have any kit other than his outfit. He has another belt that he got off the dead man, and he has a pouch. He has no money.
Man?
Huh?
What's the damn
We
man?
don't know.
Did you ask him?
I mean, he's dead. I mean, the only person.
I guess you'll never know.
Well, out of character, the only one that actually talked to him is Janster. So.
Well, he talked to
And
his
he
ghost.
And he winked out of here, but any character, we thought he was crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, you didn't see anybody other than him talking.
Yeah, he's up there just like, oh.
So, Babel, where is your store?
Go look at that map again.
I mean, I'm just asking you, you know.
You just give like this way.
Just for the sake of saying it, most of the city is residential, yet again. But there are major landmarks, which I'll show you guys here in a second when you have access to it. But you'll have pretty soon.
Do you not have that on a computer thing?
I will in a second.
Okay.
I'd be right next to the green district.
On the interior of it, or in the merchant quarter?
Merchant quarter.
Merchant quarter. Okay.
Near the sea. So we're actually not that far away in reality.
Yeah, you have a little bit of a walk, and you have to get through the gatehouse, which is on the far left side of what he's seen on the map. So, again, I'll just go ahead and do this so you guys see it if my thing wants to work for me.
Do we have any calories along the way?
Yeah, so one.
Have you started to go there?
Yes, we started walking there.
You see in this large port city that it is quite busy. There are workers. No, that's not the right one.
I'm gonna climb up Aros so I don't get stepped on.
Smart.
That's fine. He kind of shrugs it off. You freed him, so he's more than willing to allow you to have that right.
You just like
My king. Hey, Mr. Babel.
Okay.
Is the Green District safe?
It's as safe as any town, if not safer.
Because my master never told me to go to the red one.
Babel knows where the red district is.
And
he frequents that on
I look at him.
He does not.
I look at him with a stern look, like, yeah.
Babel knows exactly where to go for that, but
my goodness says
One day I might take you to the red district. You'll find out it's a lot nicer than what a lot of people will say.
There's a place. There's a
It'll be a
place.
chip magnet for sure.
There's a place in the red district called Mouse's Ear.
Well, there's also another place called Mouse's Hole,
my
but
God.
I might have to keep you away from that one.
My character says that Dakemeyer is all red district.
let me get this sorted here.
Everywhere you go.
All lizards are just like.
Oh,
It's not just
Let it all hang
that big
out.
old tongue of...
I'm gonna do kind of a doodle here, but you guys will see the route you'll be taking.
Doodle.
Doodle.
Doodle doodle, let me do it I think.
When you're trying beautiful.
So,
Remember that show, Bubble Bo? God, that was a weird show.
I don't remember that. I
God,
guess
it
it's
was
young.
weird. It was weird.
What was it about?
you guys are here. The red circle. You see it?
Okay, yeah.
Is it zoomed in?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you guys
Way
are
better
there.
than my crappy ass drawing.
That's where you were.
Okay.
Well,
Was
where
the
go?
big circular shape the Colosseum?
The one on the right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, so
That's
you
the
moved it
shipyard
back
that
to
you
the
guys
other
saw.
It
Oh,
disappeared.
okay.
So
We
you
can't see
guys.
anymore.
You can't see it anymore.
I don't see it.
I'll let you not supposed to see it.
Oh.
Trade on.
This is the city for 3 seconds.
Wow.
Memorize where you're at.
This is where you have to go to get into the Green District.
Oh, okay.
See the arrow?
Oh, that's the shipyard right there. Okay, I got you.
That's the shipyard.
Yeah, I got you.
So that's
the
Where's
safest place in the
Where's
city.
the Coliseum over here?
the circle, the red circle.
Wouldn't that be bigger?
It's
No.
not a big arena. It's not a literal It's not the Coliseum. It's an arena.
But the Coliseum is down.
It's an arena. You saw how big it was. It's
Yeah.
not that big. So
It's a chunky size
Everything's
Coliseum, but
pretty
it
big
ain't.
Suffolk
Ain't
Hano,
thick.
Suffolk Hano is proud of it because that's one of his.
Well, they back in Roman time, they not just that Coliseum, but they did have arenas that were like much
So
smaller.
you start moving out from the arena hillside. There are accessible steps, pathways. It's not too like roaded. It's still kind of a used dirt trail, but there's still like you got enough infrastructure there where you're not tripping over anything or any of that. And you go into kind of not a major roadway, but like a well-used road with some cobblestone, and you see that it's quite busy. Around you, you see folks pushing carts, wheelbarrows, carrying rolls of grains and like wheats and stuff like that as they're doing their daily work and whatnot. This is mainly I'll say a residential area for the majority, but there are here and there bits and pieces of like iconography, little statues here and there that are painted of possibly important people or deities, and it is quite busy, but not crowded, because this is not a major roadway. You guys follow this until you get to where you line up on an actual major roadway that goes to, again, the walls here, and there's a major gatehouse right here, and they have standing there guard the same very ornate, heavily armored soldiers that you saw in the arena. They're wearing white colored ornate like tunics, under armor stuff with the musculata muscle armor scheme. They have a heavy helmet and plume, and they usually all have spears and a large shield. They say nothing to you. They're just standing watch alongside these gatehouses. The gates are open and people are traveling freely, but they do kind of keep watch around the area.
I wave really hard at one of the guards.
Like excited kid.
You're just trying to greet him.
Yes.
Okay, he looks down to you, and then
Well, he's on Arvis's shoulder.
oh yeah. You're on Aris's shoulder, so you kind of pass him. You're at face level, and he's just like. It's their helmets vary from like full covered like slit to like open kind of like just the cheek cover, but they still usually have a covered helmet with plume that reaches downward. They're usually white with like a indigo or purple accent in color kind of scheme. Yep.
I asked Bert Plutt to look around for any signs that you might be familiar with, that we are familiar with, as in.
Okay, so you're sending him on a.
Just a bird's eye view of.
Are you doing a keen eye scouting mission?
No, just looking around.
Just to tell him to keep an eye out.
Yeah.
Okay, he flies off then.
Yeah.
He'll. Are you gonna wait on him, or are you just gonna send him to go search actively?
Well, he's just gonna be above me, but he knows where I'm at.
Oh, just to follow you and just keep an eye out, kind of a deal.
Yeah, kind of. Just looking for some.
You're not giving him directions.
Thieves' chants and stuff like that. We just.
Okay, some symbology.
Yeah.
Okay. Pluck goes, oh, then he zooms off and he starts kind of gliding above you, and he gets distracted here and there by a gull that passes by, and he gets a little arguing match. You hear him up above, and just like. Then he gets back to it and he resumes.
Do you want
to do an insight on him?
Yeah. On who?
On Pluck. He asked if he's a bully.
Definitely.
You could just ask me and I could say
17.
You get the feeling that he's being bullied by the gulls.
Oh.
Because this is a strange bird in their territory, kind of a deal. Is what you get the feeling of. Yep. Oh. Are you actually going to do that?
No.
Okay.
Just watch him pass up a magical drain trying to hit.
Again, you guys are passing the guards. Presumably, Babel's in front, leading you on. So you guys are starting to pass the gatehouse. The gate is very, very. Wide where it has the doorway, and it looks like it's a double door set kind of a deal.
Okay.
So, double door, like large doors that are open, and then another set that are at this point. So you've got several guards that are kind of lining that corridor. It's not really an archway, it's just kind of open air with the towers, and you got the gates there. So you pass the gates successfully. And now you are in an area of the city that has very different architecture look to it. Some of it is wooden in majority, but there are other buildings which you had noticed that in the main city you were just in the residential areas. They're kind of squat, solid wall buildings that often went more than two stories tall in some like parts of the middle, like for example one floor and then would go up two and then maybe a third story, and you see like a little ladder or something on the outside. They're usually like sandstone in style, sandstone flat buildings. These buildings out here in the outer area, which Babel introduces you as the start of the Green District. These are stone, kind of open air buildings. Like they have pillars and open windows, which do have shutters and stuff like that. But usually you can just walk in or go about. Kind of like they're escalating with stairs with the pillars to go up into the building. But some of them are made of wood entirely. And they don't look like they've been there that long, some of the wooden ones. Like they're just like they're being renovated. You start to see armed soldiers similar to the style that you saw in the arena. They are wearing very vibrantly green tunics that kind of hang over their armors or shields as they walk around. There are a lot of these guys. Some of them are marching in formation, like they're drilling. Some of them are just sitting around, like with their helmet off, just hanging around. And there are also some, I'd say, civilians you'd probably perceive that are wearing green tunics and stuff like that, no armors. Babel continues to lead you through this area as it gets heavily, I guess, more militarized. Yep.
About this part, about every other guy that's walking alone, that part of the drill, you'd see me probably like doing like this, just messing with them. Just all of them be like, and then a guy that's within like arm's reach, that's part of the mercenary group, you hear me go, "Hey man, how you been? Yeah, get out of my face.
Yeah, you get a lot of that. Some of the guys don't want to see you or don't want to be messed with while they're drilling. They're trying to keep their attention, otherwise they're going to get the stick, you know.